Yo, what is up everyone? I'm Carlos and we're Emelet Sauce, and this is the fifth part of our What is Special, What If Goku traveled to different universes. This time, Goku is going to be traveling to the Demon Slayer universe, since it was the most requested universe for him to travel to. But before we begin, thank you all for making it possible for us to reach not only 500 subscribers, but also 600, and even almost 700 since we're halfway there. But again, thank you, but also we would like to apologize for not making it possible to upload this video sooner since we had some problems to deal with and we didn't have enough time to finish it. But now we managed to get it done, and hopefully we'll try to finish the next part and have it done by tomorrow. But again, thank you, and also in this video, leave a comment down below on any other universe you would like to send Goku to next. The most requested universe will be the next part. So let's say you want Goku to be sent to the One Punch Man universe and have that face off that may or may not be controversial depending on what we say, then it'll happen. Or you can send him to a Slice of Life universe and it'd probably be funny. But again, thank you, and I also feel like I've been talking for too long, so let's just get on with the what if. Goku has returned to Beerus' world, and Whis asks Goku how was his time in the JoJo's universe, as Goku answers him, saying it wasn't the best experience, but it had some fun moments. While then being rare, they were fun nonetheless. For Goku at least, I think. Whis tells Goku that he's allowed to go to the next universe when he likes. Goku tells Whis that he's gonna get something to eat first, since he hasn't eaten for a while and is extremely hungry. Whis teleports some food for Goku, and he begins to eat until he's full. Some time passes, and Goku is now ready to travel to the next universe. Before Goku chooses the next universe he's about to go to, he asks Whis if he can give him back another one of his techniques. Whis says sure, and asks Goku what technique he would like to get back. And Goku answers, saying he wants the Kaio-ken. Whis gives Goku the Kaio-ken, and Goku is ready to head to the next universe, and Whis explains to Goku what this next universe will await him, and Goku keeps what Whis said about the universe in mind. Nah, I'm just kidding. Goku already left before Whis could tell him anything, like usual. Goku has been teleported to the Demon Slayer universe, and immediately he hears screams from afar, and then senses multiple power levels disappear. Goku rushes towards that location, through the thick fog and snow, until he arrives at a small house, and looks around, only to find a small family, dead. Goku wonders what had happened here, and looks around, but then senses that one of the family members is still alive. Nezuko is still alive, and Goku goes up to her to check on her injuries. But then he's attacked by a boy. It's Tanjiro, and he starts attacking Goku, making him step back and away from his family. And he's ready to kill Goku as he pulls out his hatchet and charges at him. Since Tanjiro thinks that Goku is responsible for what had happened to his family, Goku stops all of Tanjiro's attacks and smacks some sense into him, saying once more that he is not an enemy, and says that he should focus on saving his family member since they're still alive. Tanjiro sees Nezuko and goes over to her, and sees that she's still alive and picks her up. Tanjiro looks at Goku and tells him not to follow him, as he carries Nezuko and heads back to the town he was at yesterday. Goku tells Tanjiro to wait, saying that he wants to help him, but Tanjiro screams at Goku, telling him to get away, since he doesn't trust him. Goku still follows close behind, just to make sure nothing happens. But as they're heading over there, Nezuko wakes up and starts growling and thrashing, and then she begins to attack Tanjiro. Goku holds her off pretty easily, but Tanjiro screams at him, saying not to hurt her. Goku assures Tanjiro that he won't hurt Nezuko, and says that he's only going to be holding her off, since she seems to be violent at the moment. Tanjiro goes up to Nezuko and tries to talk to her, not knowing what's wrong with her. Nezuko begins to grow in size and in strength, and Goku has to put more force into holding her down. But then he senses someone heading their way, and he seems strong. It's Giyu, and he arrives and begins to charge towards Nezuko, but Goku stops him. Giyu is stunned for a moment when Goku stops his attack. Giyu yells at Goku, questioning why he is protecting a demon, and Goku is confused on what Giyu is talking about at first, but then thinks that something might have happened to Nezuko that made her into a monster. Tanjiro keeps trying to talk to Nezuko and calm her down, but as he keeps talking to her, Nezuko listens to Tanjiro and turns around to bite Goku in order to escape from him and get to Tanjiro. Giyu sees that Nezuko escaped Goku's grasp and charges at her as the fog covers both he and Nezuko, and when it clears up, he has Nezuko and says that he will kill her since she is a demon. Tanjiro screams at him, telling him to stop and not to hurt his sister as he begins to shed tears. Giyu gets angry with the action Tanjiro is doing and screams at him, saying that crying and begging isn't going to save his sister. Goku begins to get ready to use his instant transmission to get Nezuko away from Giyu, but then he sees Tanjiro charging at Giyu with his hatchet, and then he sees him do the same action he did in the anime when Tanjiro threw a rock at Giyu to distract him from seeing the hatchet Tanjiro threw at him, and then charge at him pretending to be holding the hatchet. But like in the anime, this plan didn't work for Tanjiro, as Giyu knocked Tanjiro out and avoided the hatchet from hitting him. Goku was impressed by what Tanjiro did, but then saw an opening to get Nezuko away from Giyu and went for it. But then he sees Nezuko escape Giyu's hold and protects Tanjiro. Giyu is stunned seeing a demon protecting a human and decides to spare them. Nezuko still charges at Giyu, but instead of Giyu knocking her out, it's Goku, and he asks Giyu to explain everything to him about what Nezuko is. Giyu explains that Nezuko was turned into a demon, and that he is a slayer whose job is to kill demons. Giyu also clarifies to Goku that he won't kill Nezuko, and he tells him that he'll make her always have the bamboo thing in her mouth, so she can control her urges on attacking and eating humans. Giyu tells Goku that he's gonna be waiting there for a while until Tanjiro and Nezuko wake up, saying that he wants to tell them something. The two of them wait around for a while until Tanjiro wakes up and Giyu tells him what he said in the anime. He talks about Sakonji and that he needs to go to see him at the foot of Mount Sagiri. Giyu then leaves and Goku goes up to Tanjiro and he tells him that he'll help in any way he can. He also explains what the thing Nezuko has is and how she should never take it off. Time passes and Goku is looking over Nezuko, who was hiding in a cave, and it appears that she dug a hole in the ground. Tanjiro is talking to some villagers and asking if he can have a basket that they have and some bamboo. The villager says he can have it for free, but Tanjiro is willing to pay them. Even after they deny his money, he's stubborn to back down and gives them the money. It's not much though. He arrives back and makes the basket for Nezuko, and she gets inside and they cover her up with a cloth, because she can't let the sun hit her since she's a demon or she will die. They begin to make their way up to the mountain, and it begins to get dark, but they see a tiny house in the distance and they see some light coming out of it, and they think that there are people in it. They get closer, but Tanjiro begins to smell blood, and Goku senses a relatively high power level, one that a regular human wouldn't have. They begin to make their way towards the house, and when they arrive, they open the door to see a demon eating a person. Goku immediately grabs the demon and throws him out of the house. The demon gets back up and charges at both Goku and Tanjiro, but Goku punches him in the head and it decapitates the demon. Goku was a bit surprised for a second, not knowing that he put so much power into his punch. Tanjiro was freaking out that Goku decapitated him, but then he sees that the demon is still alive, and his head goes to attack Tanjiro, while the body attacks Goku. Goku pushes the body away into the forest and deals with it, while Tanjiro is dealing with the head of the demon, but he's having trouble fighting it since it's still much stronger. The head of the demon gets even closer to Tanjiro, to the point where it can start eating him, and Tanjiro can't push it away. But then Nezuko kicks the demon's head away, and when she hears that Tanjiro was in danger. The head of the demon seems to be knocked out, and Tanjiro goes closer to it to finish it off, but it surprise attacks him. Tanjiro tried to block his attack with his hatchet, but the demon wrapped his hair around it and started to overpower Tanjiro, but then Tanjiro threw the hatchet at a tree and got the demon stuck on it. The demon's head tries to get out, but then he closes his eyes and stops moving. Tanjiro wonders what happened, and what did happen was that Goku knocked the demon's body over a cliff and made it unable to move. Goku heads back to Tanjiro and Nezuko, and he sees Tanjiro holding a knife, getting ready to kill the demon, but it seems like he's struggling to do so. Goku decides to help him, and goes over to charge a ki blast to kill the demon, but before he can do anything, he is stopped by a mysterious man who is wearing a goblin mask. The man tells Goku to let Tanjiro kill the demon, saying that he wants to know if he has the guts to kill one. They both wait and see if Tanjiro can kill it, but just like in the anime, Tanjiro is unable to bring himself to do it. The man walks up to Tanjiro and introduces himself as the demon wakes up and starts screaming at Tanjiro, but then the sun begins to rise, and with just a little bit of light, it's enough to kill the demon, and Tanjiro is shocked on how easy it was for him to die by the sun. Tanjiro then remembers Nezuko, and how she can also die by the sun, but she already went inside the house and hid in the basket. Tanjiro then has the conversation with Sakonji, like in canon, and Tanjiro begins his training as Sakonji leads him high up into the mountain and tells Tanjiro that he will have to make his way down the mountain. Sakonji comes back down to the house and has a talk with Goku while Tanjiro is making his way down the mountain. Sakonji asks Goku what his goal is and why he's with Tanjiro and Nezuko, and Goku explains that he just wants to help them out, and he also reveals how their family was killed by someone and how Nezuko wasn't originally a demon. Time passes, and Tanjiro managed to make it down the mountain. Things go as usual, since right now, Tanjiro is going through his training, and Goku helps Tanjiro with his training, working on his strength and speed. Throughout Tanjiro's training, since it takes 2 years, Whis popped in and told Goku that his time was up, but Goku begged Whis for him to stay longer, and Whis said sure. But the next time Whis tells Goku that his time is up, he will have to return without question. Time passes, and Tanjiro's training is over, and now he heads to the location where he and the other upcoming Demon Slayers go to have the exam. It all goes the same, and Tanjiro passed and got the material that will be used to make his sword, as well as the crow that will tell him his next mission. Tanjiro makes his way back, and is happy and relieved to see that Nezuko has woken up. Time passes, and Tanjiro receives his sword, and he also receives his first assignment. Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Goku head to the town to deal with the demon problem, and when they find it, Tanjiro gets ready to battle it, but Goku wants to see the progress of Tanjiro's training in action, and sits back at first, but he's still prepared if anything goes wrong. Tanjiro begins to charge at the demon, but there's 3 of them, and starts having trouble, and one of the demons is about to land a hit on Tanjiro, but he was kicked away by Goku, who used Kaio-ken, and he didn't stop there, as he began to charge after the other demon that was making screeching noises with his teeth, and decapitated him with a punch to the face. Tanjiro goes up to the first demon that Goku kicked and finishes him off, but then the 3rd demon appears behind Tanjiro and is about to kill him, but then Nezuko saves Tanjiro and overpowers the demon. Tanjiro finishes off the screeching demon and goes over to help Nezuko as he cuts off the demon's arms and backs him to a corner. Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Goku all stand in front of the demon, and Tanjiro doesn't kill the demon yet, as he begins to question him about Muzan, but the demon is terrified to answer and attacks them once more, but Tanjiro finishes him off. Time passes after this, and they all head to the big city, and Tanjiro has a bit of a culture shock, since he has never seen a place like this before. They all go to get something to eat, and they order some udon. 1 bowl for Nezuko, 1 bowl for Tanjiro, and 5 bowls for Goku, since Tanjiro doesn't have that much money to buy Goku 25 bowls, at least. Before Tanjiro starts to eat, he catches a somewhat familiar scent and thinks this is Muzan, the man that killed his family, and heads closer to the scent to find out if it's really him. Goku finishes his 5 bowls and sees that Tanjiro left and decides to follow him, and Nezuko also follows, since she isn't as tired as she was in the anime. Tanjiro does end up finding Muzan, but then Muzan turns a nearby person into a demon, but Goku caught this action and grabs Muzan ready to attack him, but then sees that he has a child and stops for a moment, and Muzan takes this opportunity to escape. But as he does, he turns even more people into demons, causing a panic in the middle of the city, making all the humans flee, and Goku can't chase him down, as he has to deal with the demons, and there are a huge number of them, and he also knows that Tanjiro and Nezuko can't handle all of them on their own, so he focuses on taking down the demons with Tanjiro. Goku uses Kaio-ken and deals with most of them, and Tanjiro and Nezuko deal with the rest. After this, Tanjiro goes over to the demons Goku knocked out and prepares to finish them off, since there are too many and it'd be a huge risk to let them stay alive in the city. But then Tanjiro is stalked by 2 individuals, Tamayo and Yushiro. Tamayo tells Tanjiro to not kill those demons, as she will take care of them herself and assures them that she isn't an enemy and won't kill them. Not even Nezuko, which she mentions that she knows that Nezuko is a demon, and they gather the other turned demons and leave back to their house. Tanjiro is left surprised after all of this, but he's still angry at himself for being unable to kill Muzan. They all head back to finish their food, while Muzan does his own thing elsewhere. After they eat, they're approached by Yushiro and he brings them to Tamayo as they arrive at the house behind the wall. Their conversation goes the same as in the anime, and Tamayo explains everything. Tanjiro then asks if it's possible for a demon to be turned back into a human, and Tamayo says yes, but she needs Tanjiro to complete 2 requests in order to help Nezuko. One is to study her blood as much as possible, and 2 is to extract blood from other demons who are close to Muzan, and Tanjiro agrees to this. After this, they're attacked by 2 demons, Susamaru and Yahaba, but Goku manages to stop Susamaru's attack just before it can cause any more damage than it already did. They all head outside to see the demons that attacked them, and they get into a battle. Goku throws a Tamari that Susamaru threw at the house, and with great speed, that caught the demons off guard. Yahaba thinks that Goku is too dangerous and begins to use his arrows to move him all over the place, and Goku can't do much about it since he can't see the arrows, and as Yahaba is moving him, Susamaru grew more arms and got more Tamari and throws it all at Goku, with each of them hitting due to it being controlled by Yahaba's arrows. Goku keeps trying to fly near them or use his instant transmission, but every time he gets someone close, he's pushed back by Yahaba's arrows. Tanjiro tries to help out, but he can't see what's making Goku fly all over the place. But then Yushiro allows Tanjiro to be able to see the arrows, and Tanjiro charges at Yahaba. Yahaba focuses on Tanjiro now, instead of Goku, and tries to kill him faster this time. But Nezuko distracts Yahaba and attacks him, making it possible for Tanjiro to use his water breathing techniques to finish him off. However, Yahaba hasn't fully died, and uses everything in his power to kill Tanjiro, like he tried in the anime, but much more intense this time, and Tanjiro manages to stop himself before hitting any surface that could kill him, and keeps doing this until Yahaba dies. Tanjiro is still left badly injured and can barely get up. Susamaru is now focusing on Nezuko as she is facing her off now, and she throws her Tamari at Nezuko, but just like in the anime, Nezuko kicks them back at Susamaru, and Susamaru kicks them back at Nezuko, and they keep repeating this until Nezuko managed to kick the Tamari that went past Susamaru and left her stunned for a bit. Susamaru gets ready to go all out, but Nezuko is getting tired and doesn't look like she can keep going as Susamaru throws the Tamari with full force, but then it's kicked back by Goku while he has Kaio-ken ×2 activated, and he kicks the Tamari with enough force to go through Susamaru's body, making a hole in her stomach. Susamaru is shocked with Goku's power and prepares to throw all 6 of her Tamaris at him at full force. But then Tamayo steps in as she begins to cast a spell and asks Susamaru about Muzan, and this goes the same way it went in the anime, when Susamaru said Muzan's name out loud and the curse that Muzan had on her killed her. The sun begins to rise and they all head inside, but Whis talks to Goku, telling him that he gave Goku too much time to be in this universe and it's time for him to return. And Goku tells everyone that he needs to go to take care of some things and leaves, as he arrives back in his universe and hopes that they'll be okay. Well everyone, that's the end of this part of the What If special. If you enjoyed, leave a like, consider subscribing, and share this video with your friends. Also, in this video, remember to leave a comment on any other universe you'd like to send Goku to next. And once again, thank you all for making it possible for us to reach 500 subscribers, and 600 as well, and almost even 700, which is kind of scary, not gonna lie. But again, thank you, and that's all I have to say for now. So, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.